I need to report something that I have found out that is absolutely infuriating. So we all know that Trump and Biden are starting up this new debate. Biden issued the challenge. That's not what happened. Trump and Biden have been colluding to do this for weeks now. They just decided they were going to make the announcement this way. Honestly, it's smart on Trump's part, because not only do they get an extra debate, he just gets to let Biden just make another fool of himself like he already has been for a year straight. Both of them are working together just so they can keep RFK off the debate stage, because they both know that if RFK is on that stage with them, he's going to debate circles around both of them, because neither of them actually know what the hell's going on with this country. Neither of them actually have a plan to actually make this country fixed. And all this shows is that we don't even have a two-party system anymore. We just have one party that chooses teams and puts on a flag of a different color. And then on top of that, what they're doing is colluding together to protect the elites and make sure that a real candidate for the people is not able to get his message out there. If they were so confident in their abilities, they would have invited RFK on that stage. And don't believe all the polling numbers that are showing him at 15%. This is easily already a neck and neck and neck tie between the three of them if the election was tomorrow. Independents now make up 43% of the voting base. That means you got about 26% split between the Republicans and the Democrats. Both of them equal out to be the other 57% of the voting base. The only reason that they don't want RFK on this stage is because they know that they cannot bear to lose a single nother vote, a single nother point in the polls going towards him, because we're still 6 months away from the election. And even though YouTube's shadow banning all of RFK's videos and not pushing out any of the podcast long form interviews where he actually talks about the issues that are going on in this country, besides all of that, he is still polling better than any independent ever has. These polls you see all over the goddamn news are showing him around 10%. Oh, he's Ross Perot. He's a spoiler. He's not a spoiler. He's coming to kick down the doors of the Washington elites, get them all evicted from their ill-gotten gain seat of power, and get this country back for Americans. And that's what we need to do. Everyone, if you care about this country, if you care about America, if you care about the working class, if you care about the people, if you care about having food that isn't full of poison, if you care about an economy that's actually going to work for you, if you care about anything at all, we all need to work together. We need to get out there, we need to talk to people, we need to get online, we need to do whatever we can to reach as many people as possible, because the fact that both the Republicans and Democrats are working together to keep RFK off the debate stage is sickening, and it really shows exactly how far our political system has fallen. All right, we are fully all the way back in the early 1900s days when Teddy Roosevelt took office and kicked all the corporate crap out of our government the way he did the first time. RFK is our new Teddy Roosevelt, and he is who we need in this government right now. We need him. We need him there. If he doesn't get there, everything's gonna go to shit. I really, truly believe that this is our last chance. America cannot withstand another 4 years of either Trump or Biden. Biden, the people pulling his puppet strings, are purposefully running this country into the ground. Trump and his camp, not purposefully doing it, but they're gonna do it anyway. Because I'm sorry, he just doesn't have, even if he has the best intentions, he doesn't have the knowledge, he doesn't have the backing of other politicians, he doesn't have the stuff that he needs. You can't drain the swamp when you enlist all the swamp creatures into your cabinet, Trump. That's not how that works. I appreciate the sentiment, and I genuinely believe that you actually wanted that at one point, but it's just not going to happen. If you and Biden, either of you actually had this is an angry rant, and I apologize for how furious I am, but the fact that they won't even let this man debate shows how scared they are. They are scared because they know that we are at a turning point. America is waking up, and so is the rest of the world. Everyone is tired of this garbage, this goddamn garbage, where it is painfully obvious that there is nothing going on in our political system that's actually for the people. It's only for the big corporate donors. It's only for all the big corporations, just so they can continue to pollute everything in this goddamn world, poison us as a people, make all of our kids sick. And this is absolutely infuriating to me, because I have already worked so goddamn hard my entire life just to keep a roof over my head and food on our table for me and my kids. And now I'm getting to a point where I'm never going to get my kids out of my house because they're never going to be able to afford a house. And by the time they're able to get a job, they won't even be able to afford rent at a shitty apartment somewhere. And I'm sorry, I would like to enjoy my retirement age at some point when I get there in 20 years. This is ridiculous, guys. We need to reach as many people as possible. I am on a war path right now. I am going to make sure that every single person I talk to, I'm going to make sure that they at least understand that there's only one politician who's doing hour-long interviews week after week after week after week after week for over a year now, where he's actually talking about the issues that are actually plaguing this country. We need to get all of this divisive crap out of our political system. We need to get corporate money out of the political system. We need to get Citizens United overturned. We need the Patriot Act to be repealed. We need to get these things done, or nothing is ever going to change. And I'm sorry that I am in here in such an angry spirit right now, but I needed to make sure this message had weight behind it, okay? I don't want to just come on here and just wishy-washy, oh, this is a problem. No, this is the downfall of America is happening in front of our eyes. We already have lost complete freedom of speech. The America that I grew up in is not this. I still remember the early 90s when things were still nice. Even though we had our problems, no country's ever perfect, and we can always strive to be better. But we have slid so far backwards just in the course of my life, I truly don't think we have another 4 years. We do not have another 4 years left, and they know it. They know it. They know that it's been 80 years they've been working on this scheme, and they've finally got us to a point of being so divided. We're as divided as we were during the first Civil War. And it's a problem. We need to bring everybody back together, make people realize that there are so many more things that bring us together than there are things that push us apart. The only reason we're all being pushed apart is because that's what the elites want. That's what they have been pushing for 80 years. They want the family unit destroyed. They want everybody divided and separated. They want everybody lonely and depressed and sad and scared and dependent on the government, so that way, oh no, the government just disappeared because we ran the country into the ground, and now what are you going to do? Your whole country's abandoned you, and you have no friends, no community, no family, nothing to stand back on, no money, and hell, money might not even be a thing once time the economy collapses. We are in dire straits, everybody, and we need to work together. We need to get together. Everyone. It only takes 3% of a population to start a revolution, and we're already well above that, okay? We already have, if the election was tomorrow, RFK would already have a guaranteed 34 million votes. 34 million votes, all right? That is hella more than a 10 or 15%, especially when you look at the fact that the last election between Trump and Biden, each of them got about 80 million votes towards their campaign. So the fact that he already has 34 million when he has no mainstream media access, and what little access he does have, they're heavily skewing everything, running the 10-year-old worm brain scandal from 10 years ago, something that he already got fixed and did not have any lasting damage from. Like, the fact that more people know that story than anything else, it was on SNL, it was on every news show was doing jokes about it. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's a sham. It's a farce. It is pathetic. It's pathetic is what it is. That they think that the American people are so dumb and so uneducated and so uninformed that we can't see right through this crap. Well, that's why I'm making this video, because I'm going to do anything that I possibly can to make sure that this stuff gets exposed, because this is ridiculous. And we need to get the people out of mainstream media. There's only a handful of the population left. For the first time, independents are the biggest voters, and that's the millennial and a lower crowd. We are now the biggest voting base, and we need to make sure that all of the millennials and all of the Gen Zs and any of the Gen Alphas, if you're old enough to vote yet, you all need to go out and you need to vote for your future. Because right now, if you vote for Biden or Trump, doesn't matter which one of them you vote for, you're voting for the destruction of America and the absolute loss of any hope of you having a decent future as you grow up. All right, this is a message to the young people, because I'm already doing the best that I can, and I've got very limited amounts of time in my day. I work 60 hours a week. I've got 2 kids. I've got a wife, got a house, got cars. I've got things I have to do, and I'm still taking time out of my day to figure out how I can record these messages and get them edited onto YouTube and other platforms, because I need to do something. I cannot sit back anymore and just watch the America that I love so dearly be destroyed from within by these crony capitalists. Okay, everybody jump on the train with me. I need you guys to help me out. If any of you believe anything that I've said, or if you agree with me, please leave a like and a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm doing the best I can to get as much outreach as possible. I need to talk to as many people as possible, because they need to hear this stuff. We need to get facts out there. We need to stop letting our politicians turn our political structure into a shouting match of children arguing and insulting each other. That is disgraceful. That is disgraceful. And RFK is still the only candidate who hasn't said a bad thing about any of his opponents, nor has he said anything bad about the left or the right. He is here to talk about the issues that are actually plaguing this country, and that's what we need. We need a politician who actually cares about the actual issues and will actually do something about it. It's up to us, everyone. Stay strong.